doubt that they'll respond and be ready to play.
You guys talk about a one-game season a lot, but it seemed like this group took last year's performance personally. How easy was it for them to get them up for this game?
Yeah, I mean, again, we had our own. Again, a year ago we didn't play great, in about the last quarter and a half, and probably should have slammed the door by halftime, to be honest with you. And we missed some opportunities to do that as a football team a year ago. And anytime you let a good team kind of hang around, we did it a little bit tonight, but anytime you let a good team hang around, and they got good players, they can get into a rhythm and get you on your heels. And so that group a year ago came back and, despite the performance, became the #1 scoring defense in college football. And so I say that only that there's a lot of, there's some guys that are not only good players on our defense, but there's guys that, they know how to win. They know how to perform at a high level, and they, again, have a tremendous amount of pride, too. And, again, the ownership, too, owned. It's not like that we live in la-la land and act like, what are you talking about? That never happened, fake news. No, that happened. It did happen. And we wanted to, again, leave no doubt. And whether or not we did, that's for everybody else. But for us, we, again, had a heck of a performance and really proud of the work that they put in. And it was fun to watch. Our guys played with great confidence tonight. We're very precise for the most part, and handled. Again, there's some in-game adjustments. They had a whole out of season too, to come up with some things that haven't been on tape, and our guys adjusted to them well. And really, again, it all starts up front. And I thought those guys just did a tremendous job.
For a little bit, it seemed like the Muse INT was going to be the exclamation point, but let them back in there with another possession. It seemed like the only thing that was missing was another exclamation point.
Yeah, but again, we really just proud of our guys, and if you'd asked me beforehand that we play like that, are we gonna have a chance to win the game? And obviously, I'd sign up for that. And again, just how hard they played, how hard they competed, back-to-back weeks of fourth down stops and some critical turnovers down in the red zone, and just how they fly around. We're certainly not a polished product. We got a long way to go before we're a real good defense by any stretch. But we got the makings, because we got leadership, we got toughness, we got guys that are passionate. We've got some skilled guys, got some young guys that need to grow up. And but just been pleased with the growth that we've seen through fall camp and to where we are through 2 games.
Some of the most creativity that you've thrown out there, scheme-wise, I guess a normal offense.
We play dime defense. We've had dime every year I've been here, and it's been a staple of what we do. And so just again some few different looks and just some good disguising.
How?
Sorry,
I didn't cut you off. How impressive is it what Tyler Davis is doing out there?
It's very impressive. And there was no doubt, when he was declared the starter, because he was by far the best guy, and over a long period of time in fall camp, and he had the spring, as well, and those other guys were out. And but that's, as we all know, that's a rare deal. I think Justin Ross is freakish as he is. He didn't start a game until this year. It's hard, as a true freshman, and especially at that position. And that's not normal. Christian played starter snaps as a freshman, but wasn't the starter. Dexter took him 2 games. I'm not saying he's Dexter, but as we know, I'm just validating or reinforcing what you're saying. It's a big deal, and he's got great maturity to him. A focus to him that's just different, very mature beyond his years. He's physically mature. His coaches in high school and his family have done a great job just raising a really grounded, hungry, tough, accountable young man, and he's just getting started, And then the other part of that, is, he doesn't get satisfied, And that's what a lot of young people, they want to be satisfied. They want, like, that's good enough. And that's the challenge to a lot of our young guys on defense, man. It's the grind is real, and it only gets harder, because it's a long season. So the ability to sustain the preparations, sustain the right mindset, sustain the work that you put in, the extra that you put in is hard. That's why teams at the end of the year start just dropping off like flies. They can't do it. It's hard. It's really, really hard to just keep climbing, keep getting better. And one of those things is how you handle success. You know, the ability to handle success is a lot harder than handling adversity. And so he's a guy that doesn't get satisfied easily. He wants more, expects more. And so it's easy to keep him grounded and have some humility to him.
Nolan Turner had the missed tackle on the